Folks, Bridges left us.
Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the foreign show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the Bears. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the foreign show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
The time has come to say goodnight. For every road must end to the ones who care and are always there. A very special friend. Let's say goodnight to those we love, and maybe shed a tear. But before we close, let's think of those we love who can be here. Let's raise a glass to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. And when it's time for us to go, and our long journey ends, you'll never be alone, you see. You'll be with absent friends. So let's raise a glass to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friend.
It was the afternoon of the Old Firm game, Rangers v Celtic, at Ibrox on Saturday, January 2nd, 1971.
The match was heading for a 0-0 draw when Jimmy Johnson broke the deadlock to give Celtic the lead in the 89th minute.
Then, with just seconds left on the clock, Colin Steen snatched a dramatic late equaliser for the Rangers.
The blue section of the 80,000 all-ticket crowd went wild with delight. The green was thrown into despair. Folks.
2 goals in a minute. What a finish. Yet unseen amid the sea of emotions, a disaster was beginning to unfold at the Rangers' end of the ground over on the East Terrace at Stairway 13.
As the fans swayed away from the heaving mass, some stumbled halfway down the steep steps. Those around didn't see them fall and continued their descent.
Suddenly, a tidal wave of fans was engulfed in a terrifying crush. Steel barriers crumpled under the impact.
When the carnage had cleared, 66 people had lost their lives and more than 140 lay injured.
Among the dead were 31 teenagers. The youngest victim was a boy of 9, Nigel Pickup, who had travelled to the game from Liverpool.
One woman was among the fatalities. Margaret Ferguson, an 18-year-old from Maidstone near Falkirk, had made a doll for the baby daughter of Rangers centre forward Colin Steen, the man who scored the late equaliser. and they delivered to his home just before Christmas.
5 schoolboy pals, 4 of whom who lived in the same street, had gone to the game together from a small town of Markinch in Fife. The 5, all members of the Glenrothes Rangers Supporter Club, never returned.
There were so many harrowing tales. Eyewitness John Dawson was among the injured. He said, when the barrier gave way, I was carried along a passageway for 20 yards with 3 people on top of me and at least 3 underneath.
Another survivor of Staircase 13 was Robert Black. He said, there was so much pressure from behind me that I was tossed down on top of others. People were on the ground and I was tossed over them. I was just carried forward by the surge.
Both sides of the Old Firm put aside their rivalries and came together to play a game to raise funds for the victims' families. A combined Rangers and Celtic team took on a Scotland 11 at Hampden, watched by 81,405 fans.
The club and their fans were in mourning. It was the blackest day in the history of Scottish football.
On the 30th anniversary of the tragedy, a special service was held at Ibrox, and a bronze statue of John Gregg was unveiled on top of a memorial to those who had been killed.
Every year at the home game closest to the anniversary, the club pays its respects to those lost by laying a special wreath at the memorial, which was built in honour of those who died and other victims at the stadium in previous years.
Brian Todd, Robert McAdam, Peter Weir, John Gardner, Richard Bark, William Thompson Summerhill, George Adams, John Neal, James Traynor.
Richard Douglas Morrison, James White Ray, David Douglas McGee, Robert Calhoun Mulholland, David Ronald Payton, George McFarlane Irwin, Ian Frew, John Crawford, Brian Hutchison.
Duncan McIsaac McBreety, Charles John Griffiths Livingston, Adam Henderson, Richard McLay, David Cummings Duff, David Fraser McPherson, Robert Lockerbie Ray, Robert Campbell Grant, and John McNeill McLay.
David Anderson, John Buchanan, John McInnes Semple, John Jeffrey, Robert Maxwell, Matthew Reid, Alexander McIntyre, Peter Gilchrist Faries, Thomas Melville.
John James McGovern, George Wilson, Robert Charles Cairns, Hugh McGregor Adey, James Julie Mayer, Margaret Oliver Ferguson, Robert Turner Carrigan, George Alexander Smith, Walter Robert Rayburn.
Andrew Jackson Lindsay, Charles Dugan, William Mason Phillip, Russell Morgan, Peter Gordon Easton, George Crockett Finlay, Charles Stirling, Thomas Dixon, James Graham Gray.
Thomas McRobbie, Ian Scott Hunter, Nigel Patrick Pickup, Russell Malcolm, Alexander Patterson Orr, Thomas Walker Stirling, James William Sibbald, Frankie Dover, Walter Shields, Thomas Grant, William Duncan Shaw, Donald Robert Sutherland.
How Scotland was singing, sure the old here had died, and a new one had been born, as usual disaster from Ibrox is spreading, the news that would cause all nation to mourn. Two great goals had been scored there in the last Celtic and for Rangers, Coventry. Their supporters all cheered him with voices of thunder, not knowing what waited on Staircase 13. 66 people died there, time and flower of their manhood, when the fancies gave way and the barriers they banned. She's in Glasgow, policemen with their faces all tear-stained, with brave efforts endeavored the word to prevent. All of Glasgow and joined them for the first time in history in a Glasgow cathedral. No belly, no lamb, but the old united to pray for its victims in a tragedy worse than the memory of man. You been ringing, oh, Scotland was singing, sure the old year had died, and a new one had been born, as the news of disaster from Ibrox came spreading, news that would cause the whole nation some more. News that would cause a whole nation to mourn.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio on this January 2nd, 2020. A very poignant day every year for every Rangers supporter. Join myself, Oxshire, on the panel this evening is the two legends, Bridgeman and Fox. Evening, gents.
Evening, Ox. One legend, one legend.
Thank you.
All right, on you go, Fox, the legend.
Can I just say a good evening to you two? And thanks very much for that. It was a beautiful, very, just beautiful. And I'm sure the boys in the lobby are very happy with that. And to all the Rangers fans all over the world, welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yeah, a very poignant day. I don't know why. I know it's upsetting for a lot of people. People lost friends, family, loved ones, and the memories are actually a lot of people who were at the game. But we've got two guys here at a certain vintage who were both at the game that particular day. So if you don't mind, lads, I know we've talked about it before, but we always get new listeners. I'll go to yourself first, Bridge.
Well, I was doing that stairway 13 itself, you know, into the stadium. That's where we all congregated, all the boys that went. And when obviously we were expecting when Johnson scored, everybody just started to turn around and go away because it was too late in the game for anything to happen. And fortunately, somebody shouted to me, and I sort of turned around and I saw the Rangers charging up to the Broomlawn end, and there's a goal, bang, and it went, equaliser. We all went crazy, but we didn't know what was happening behind us. So as we all turned to try to get up, we couldn't get up. There was a big blockage, and you could see people at the top shouting, "Get back, get back!" And as they were trying to go back, there were big crushes everywhere, you know. And I get caught. Me and a couple of the boys get caught against the barriers, and we were down sort of halfway down the terrace, and we managed to get out of the barriers and went away along, halfway along, and up to the top. Jumped over the fence and down the embankment, and my goodness gracious, what a sight we saw. So we did what we could. We helped. People were getting lifted over the fence, and we helped to pull them over and lay them down on the deck until they recovered. And then it just all went away. We just walked down Copeland Road.
I don't think the youngsters would appreciate the steepness of the banks at the back.
Oh,
of the terrace,
goodness, no, you had to be fit. I mean, for goodness sake, I was only, 24, 23, 24, something like that. Wow, fit as a fiddle, played football all the time,
Aye, there was steep banks at the bank of the terrace. And so you were pretty fortunate, Bridgeman.
Oh, absolutely. Look, everybody that came out of there, particularly the guys that that were in the vicinity, they will all breathe a big sigh of relief. The guys that came out of there, no matter what part of it they were in, they'll breathe a big sigh of relief. But there's a lot of guys in that stadium. They left the stadium on their way home and never heard about it until halfway home or a certain time of their journey home. Somebody else was telling them. Some of the guys just obviously different stairways in the way they went. Jumped on the subway or something. That's it. You never had a mobile phone.
Phones. I mean, you had to. Telephone boxes were rare even then, and there wasn't easy access to phones. Fox, where did you watch the game? Can you remember?
Aye. I wasn't actually doing these stairs. I was out before. It happened when I was on my way out the ground, mate. But to be honest, I never knew nothing about what had happened. Like being a young guy at 20, I was heading for a party and just jolly well went on my way. And it's not till later on that you find out the terrible, tragic events that unfolded after that. It must have been terrible for mothers and fathers sitting in the house just hoping their son or daughter chapped the door and they were safe. Terrible, terrible time, mate.
Yeah, they're all tragic stories, but there's some poignant ones. A young boy for Liverpool, Nigel Pickett, the young boy for Drumchapel that we've got involved with through Big Stevie. The boy Mulholland, and then you've got the only girl who passed away, only female, and how much a Ranger supporter she was. She knitted the wee doll for Colin Steen because he just had a child, and then obviously did the 5 boys for Fife, mate. Absolutely tragic, and I don't think sometimes people, we're all West of Scotland lads, Glasgow lads, we don't appreciate sometimes the travelling other people do to come to Ibrox. And these people back then, cars weren't as accessible as they are now, Bridge, and people came in buses, and 5 people for the once, the 5 young lads, 5 pals. Tragic stories, mate.
Yeah, and unfortunately for a lot of the guys, I mean, the guys that came in their supporters' buses, they wouldn't get away from Ibrox because the police had the whole place tied up after they found out what was going on. Everything just shut down. The only vehicles that were getting anywhere near it were in fact ambulances and police cars.
It was so, mate.
Absolutely. All I'm meaning is that a lot of these guys who were there maybe had to go and get public transport somewhere or find another way to get to the driver, just not real. I'll tell you what, there was some amount of ambulances, Oxtear. Glasgow South Side was really, really busy. Coven Road was just non-stop with them. Going to the Southern General, probably.
Southern General, aye. That would mean a big port of call there.
I remember, we got to the bottom of the stairs, and I don't know if I've ever told you this. We got to the bottom of the stairs, and it was 5 years walking down the stairs, and we got to the bottom, and we got the main gate, the main exit gate was at that point, was in there. I can't remember. It's one of these Ladysmith or something like that. It was the name of the street. So a South African war or something like that, named after that. I can't remember the name yet. But just past the gate,
Mafeking.
So there was a young boy lying there, and obviously he'd been caught up, and then the police had lifted him out to try and get him help and got him out the gate. And I remember one of the guys running past us, and he saw the wee boy, and he get down to try and give him some sort of relief, resuscitation or something like that. And the policeman came along and says, just leave it alone, he's gone, pal. Thanks anyway, So that's when he just managed to get a blanket thrown over him, So that's pretty sad, I
know. Yeah. it doesn't be a thing about Fox that people go to the game and have to deal with that. You know, obviously, other things have happened in football stadiums, but that's the main poignant one for us. And hopefully, what was learned for that spurned our own club on, and eventually all, maybe even football, to change what was happening in grounds, because Rangers had complied with all the safety certificates at the time, but obviously it wasn't I don't good enough, but they hadn't risk assessed all the possibilities that was poignant at the time. And the crowds that were in there, Fox, if it was 80,000, you know and I know, there's another maybe
10 at least. Yeah.
You know, back in the day, you know what I mean? Because how many people got lifted door?
And a whole load of those other 10 would be kids getting lifted over the top.
Without doubt. You know,
but you know, just a few months after the disaster, the first thing they did to filter out the crowds, I don't know if you remember this, Foxy, they built a huge big concrete wall near the top, or sort of 3/4 of the way up Copeland Road, terraces rather. They built this big wall so the crowd would fan out and just filter it a wee bit, you know, rather than a big crush up, you know. Incredible. That's before they did the new stadium.
Well, the stadium now stands as a mark of respect to those that lost their lives, mate. That was the focus on remodelling Ibrox, and we have the stadium that we've got today through those tragic events. And I do believe it was the first all-seater stadium in Britain at one time.
I think Kilbilly and Pittodrie, but the first proper one, yeah.
Aye, real stadium we're talking about here. But sad events that took place, but as life moved on, the club understood that they needed to look after the support and eventually built us that terrific stadium that stands there now.
I'll never ever forget it. But Willie Waddle, what a fantastic person he was. Willie Waddle, Jock Wallace, they were all there. Jock Steen for the Celtic, and just unbelievable stuff. They were taking the bodies down to the side of the pitch and things like that, you know. I only saw this on the telly, because I was way up the end. So you think of the things you don't like about people, and you find that they do these kindly things. And I always remember it was they were doing a big push after it for the for the Rangers pools, and eventually it was the Rangers pools that paid a big chunk of it to build the new stadium.
The Rangers pools was a phenomenal effort, mate. I mean,
absolutely.
Every area had a Rangers pools collector, and the support rallied round like they've done in a certain way since 2012. Fox.
Aye, the club, the supporters have stood behind the club in these tragic times, mate. And the club tried to carry on as best as it could after the events. The amount of effort the players and the management put in, and attending funerals, etc., was great by the club. And of course, the next year we started to build, and we provided a team that won the European Cup, and that should have been European Cup Winners' Cup, and that should have been donated or put in memory of those who died the previous year.
When you think about that, it was about 18 months, wasn't it? It was only about 18 months.
What a job that the at that time that the guys had done, and up to the point where actually when Souness arrived, and it was only about like 30,000 season tickets or something like that we had, you know, when they first started it. I think you'll be a wee bit over egg in the pudding, mate. I think as soon as arrived, mate, we'd less than 10,000 season tickets. I was, mate, when Souness came, even then it was only 30,000 or something like that they could get in, season ticket wise, you know. But obviously they extended things, and things got bigger and bigger. It's just fabulous. What a beautiful stadium. And then they put the club deck on. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Put the club deck on. That made it even better. So marvellous. Just marvellous.
Well done, lads. I know very poignant memories for both of you. Mine's I'm a wee bit young, but...
Well, you're still there, weren't you?
No, I wasn't there.
I'm only kidding.
I wasn't there. I was with my mother waiting for my father who didn't turn up and he didn't know anything about it. Fox.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, there was many families in the same position, mate.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know my wife was glad I phoned because we went to the pub and when we got in the pub we saw something on the telly. It said something like 3 dead, and then next headline was 5 dead, 7, and so on and so forth, and it went up into the teens. And I thought, I'm away. I ran across the road to phone my wife. So I was just about ready to go and get the bus for Govan Cross, because you used to get the bus for Govan Cross up to the chapel, and I lived in Blairdardy at the time, and you could just after the bus and just walk up, no problem. Number 19. So anyway.
All right, so, we'll open the show up to people, and obviously Memories of the Ibrox Disaster most welcome, but the show's the show, isn't it, Fox?
We move on, mate.
Yeah, so the number is?
If you like to phone, it's 0141 356 1972.
Phone in, hang up, and the show Technical Terry will contact you back. That correct?
That is correct.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You'll be brought in on a call by Technical Terry. And what can they talk about, Bridge?
Well, they can talk about anything they want, must include the Rangers. And obviously we know that, we'll not go into that. It was too near the bone. I was going to say something about romance and things like that, but we shouldn't talk like that. We're saying now.
You get your wings clipped.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You get your wings well and truly clipped, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
He's not that nice man that everybody thinks he is, Bridge.
He is actually. No, he's no. You're right. I'm only joking, Foxy. Don't get upset.
How did they get round to me?
Well, we were talking about you.
Oh, well, yeah, I thought they were talking about you.
Oh,
no,
maybe they were.
You.
You were talking about.
You were going to take calls on and getting the advice on people's love life, Fox, were you?
No, I was not, mate. I couldn't give MD advice on love lives.
I'm sure you could. Nice man. You're a nice man, Fox.
There's a brilliant Blue Bloods put in the lobby. The Evolution at Ibrox Stadium. I don't know if you can see it. It's absolutely fantastic.
I'm just watching it. It is fantastic. And you know the thing, I have to say that one of the things that I was ever so pleased about when we were modernising or upgrading the stadiums is that the three main stadiums that we were interested in was our own stadium, Hampden, and their mob, the mob across the city. And every single one of these stadiums, when they put made it a covered terracing, it was all the Rangers then that get done first.
Hello there.
I just loved it.
Hello there.
Hello there, Colin. What's your name?
It's wee Willie King for Drum Chat again, lad.
Hello,
Hey, Kingy.
You need to get
sweet
yourself
Kingy.
Skype.
I don't know what that is, man. You just keep talking about it.
We'll send our technical liaison officer for Drum Chapel up to sort you out.
I think I'll be able to. I think I've had it before, by the way, and I get rid of it for some reason. I don't know why.
How we doing, Kingy? Happy New
Aye,
Year.
we're all right. Aye, Happy New Year to you all. No, it's been,
Happy
I've
New
been
Year,
working
Willie
hard.
King. Happy New Year.
It's been a wee sad start of the year, and I was working all day yesterday and then the day. Do you know what? I popped there to Ibrox today, and I didn't even know what was going on. I knew, obviously, about the day, what happened. I didn't know they had a service and all that. I got there, and I filmed it all. I've got all the wee things on my Facebook. I filmed it all. There was over nearly 1,000 people there, and I was like, what's going on here? So I went round, they were having a wee sing-song, there was a pipe band and everything. I was like, I had my wee dog's called Kingy, you know. And me and him were just walking around Ibrox having a wee thought to myself, and I went, this is amazing, man. I didn't realise they'd done that every year at Ibrox.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been going on for, lads? How long's it been going on and stuff like that? I didn't even know about it.
Oh, at least 30 years, Kingy, I think. Yeah.
No, do you know, I heard somebody on the mic saying it's only the last 6 or something, by the way, but I've not even spoke to Big Stevie. No, the wee guy was out with a mic and he was singing, there was a pipe band and all that.
The first time I remember him was when maybe pipe bands and that might be, they used to have a service and James Curry used to take it back, way back, you know.
Oh, right,
But
aye.
Maybe
I've always
the things
thought there
organised.
I've I've always popped there and seen the flowers and all that, but honest to God, I didn't even. There's one where the old Rangers store was,
Aye,
and he was standing on the stairs and he was just talking away about it, and he was mentioning every name, and he said the boy for drum chat with Mulholland's name. It's good that we can do a wee parade doing the drum, and I'm part of that, you know, and with Stevie and his boys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the reason they do it around there, King, is because that's where it happened, you know.
Aye. I've talked to that Stevie earlier on. He's not right in the head, is he? But
Well,
You
I
better
wouldn't like to
ask
argue
him,
with
he's
you,
in
mate.
the call.
no, I just thought I would. I wanted to. I just went out to clear my head because it's been in my thoughts all day, seeing people's Facebooks for it, you know. And obviously I put a wee bit up about myself, about the boy Mulholland, the wee memorial we've got up there, and I put a wee photo up, and obviously see about 80 to 90, 100 people liking it. And it's been in my head all day, so I just 5 o'clock time, I just jumped in my motor, and me and my dog went out to have a wee walk around Ibrox, no, and I was like, this is brilliant, by the way. But it's probably something that I'll get Stevie and his boys out of next year.
But we should. The thing is, we should never forget about the people, mate. They're part of our history.
No, I know that. I just didn't realise it was such a kind of larger event, and I don't know why I've never been here before. You know, because we've done that wee parade around the drum for 5 or 6 years, and I've never known they've done like a wee service kind of thing here in Ibrox. But I'll not forget it anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a cracking eye opener for me.
We've also been joined by somebody else through the northwest of the city. Evening, big man.
How are you doing, lads? All right?
Hi, Stevie.
Happy
New Year.
How are you doing, lads? First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on the start of the show. I thought that was absolutely brilliant what you've done. That added a wee bit of class to the show there. So I can only congratulate Bridgeman Fox and yourself. That was absolutely fantastic. The big lump in my throat. And look, Kingy, as Kingy was saying there, he took a wee trip out to have a wee thought for these people that passed away. Me and my wee man, we just went up to the wee monument, Robert's wee monument, and had a wee drive up. And it's just what you do, you get a bear, you know. I mean, I can't believe that. I mean, me and my son go to the game, and you wouldn't believe the worry your wife would have if something like that was to happen. It's unbelievable, no? I always remember my dad telling me the story about my granny going to kill him because he never came straight home for the game, but he didn't realise what actually happened till later on that night. When my granny got a hold of him and they killed him, he couldn't believe what she was telling him, you know. There was a lot of phones in these days and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I take it every Blue Nose family's probably got a tale to tell, you know, it's been handed down. It's just unbelievable. But no, I just, you know, you got there and you show your respects to the people that died in the 66, and that's something that'll be channeled down through the years to the youth, and they'll carry it on. But well done, guys, on the start of the show tonight. That was absolutely fantastic. Well done, lads. And Kingy, well done for taking me Kingy a walk with Ibrox. That was brilliant, mate.
He's still sleeping, he's knackered.
I've just been sent a message, mate. That's the 8th fans piping that's been done at Ibrox, yeah?
Oh, right. I thought I heard
Yeah.
him saying that on the mic, but I wasn't too sure. Well, I'll be there next year, so next year will be the 9th, and I'll be there with my wee dog again.
Kingy, I think they're going to hold it inside because it's the 50th anniversary. Is that correct?
Well, that's news to me, innit? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go there now, and I'm going to go and download this Skype. Stevie, you'll need to phone me and tell me what I do. I don't know what. I'll tell you what I'll do, Stevie. I'll bring my phone to you tomorrow, right, and you can go ahead and do what you need to do.
All right. No
Right,
problem,
lads,
mate.
cheers for the phoning back, boys. And I'll tune into the wee show while you watch the rest of this Liverpool game here.
Cheers, Kingy. All the best, mate. Hope
Talk
you
to you
enjoy the new
in a week or two, boys.
Right, Kingy. Cheers, mate.
Oaks chair. I think it was a couple of years ago. I'm sure I heard the boy over at the play doing the same thing, and he was singing that Snow Patrol song. Well, if I lay down, will you,
We've been
will
joined
you
by a
lay
caller.
with me?
We've been joined by a caller, I believe,
Oops.
via Oslo. Is it
Hello,
Stevie
guys.
also?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is it Stevie?
It's Stevie, man. Like, I just want to say, I absolutely love your show. I've been away from Scotland for too many years. It's nice to hear the accent, the dialects. Although you probably don't think I sound Scottish, but amazing start to the show, man. And I just want to say, my first game of football, I was 11 years old with my dad. I watched your wee video earlier, and I was so touched. Like, nobody should never come home from a game of football. And I know there's no bear with me, but I know there's no brighter side of life, but those guys will be forever embedded in Ibrox. You know, we'll always think of them every year, and that's maybe it's not so much of a bonus, but you know, it's I like to think that every year they'll be remembered, and it's thanks to you guys and others like you that they'll forever be remembered. So I think that was so touching, especially your video. I'm close to tears and I'm sober, I swear.
So you're in Oslo, Stevie?
Oslo, I've been here for like 4 or 5 years, aye.
Okay, mate, all right. You can still hear the twang, mate. You can still hear the twang.
Aye, good. Everybody thinks I'm Irish and it does my head in. Better Irish than, better Irish than anything
Whereabouts in
else,
Scotland
believe
are you
it.
originally from?
Oh, are you ready for this? Stranraer.
You're a Stranraer person.
Oh, right,
Well, we're going to
okay.
gub your mob in the cup, aren't we?
Oh, buddy, like, that's the one game I would happily go, like, yeah. That's it, like, I will always support the Rangers, but, like, yeah, that's the only ever time I would maybe, yeah, no, but we're going to pump them, obviously. But, yeah, there's a wee soft spot there, you know, we're shite and we know it. Excuse my French, sorry. But no, guys, I've been listening to you for 2 years, I think, a year and a half, 2 years.
Right, okay, mate.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
All right,
But,
fantastic, mate. What was the game you went to when you were 11? What game was that, mate?
It was Wraith Rovers, and it was 1-0, and it was Trevor Stephen who scored the goal.
Oh, my goodness. Trevor Stephen. That's one of Oxford's favourite players.
89, 90?
Sorry?
Sorry, pal.
90s, like mid-90s. Yeah, 94. Oh, well, I'm 37. I was 11,
right.
so Christ, that's a long time ago. But I mean, like, what I would love to touch on is for a guy from my generation, when we played Feyenoord, and we got to see Dick Advocaat stand beside Steven Gerrard, you know, and we got to see Steven Gerrard get the better of him.
He did, mate. He did.
That's, I mean, you couldn't make that up. I'm just so privileged to have seen that, you know, Dick Advocaat versus Steven Gerrard, and the only way is up, guys.
Are you happy the way the team's going at the moment?
So when I moved here, no word of a lie, I hate to say it, guys, but everybody knows the other side of Glasgow, but they weren't too familiar with Rangers. But since Stevie G he's just lifted us to new heights just from the name alone. But, like, and he's backing up the name. You know, he's proving he's not just a big name or a walking advertisement, but he's providing the goods, man. And like when I saw him, I've watched the Rangers Celtic game 3 or 4 times, the full game.
I can assure you, in this call at the moment, that'll be the least that anybody's watched it. But no, just seeing Stevie's reaction, you know, he's one. I work with lots of Liverpool supporters. Liverpool are massive over here, and those Liverpool supporters have went from the other side, the dirty side of Glasgow, and now they're cheering on turncoats, yeah, whatever. But like, Stevie has brought so much to us, and just seeing the passion, you know. And you come, big Stevie. Stevie G's walking the talk, isn't he?
Exactly. And he's put us right up there in Europe, and like, teams are going to start to fear us. And I mean, if this is only after 18 months, we've got them till when? 2022, 24.
Hopefully longer. I'll bring in the other Stevie, mate. We'll get 2 Stevies on the call. Big Stevie.
Hello.
Stevie G, he's walking the walk, isn't he?
Oh, 100%, Ox. Since the guy's come in the door, he's, I mean, just, he's a world brand, Ox, you know. I know he's doing the goods, you know, on the part. He's doing the goods as a manager. The strides that he's made in the last 20 months now is just unbelievable. I mean, last season we got to the group stages, the Europa. This year we went further. He's took us to a final of the League Cup. Never had that. We're beating Celtic in our own backyard. I think we're 12 points better off this season than we were last. 100%. And the strides the guys made is unbelievable. And off the park, he's just a world brand. He's making people look at Rangers. As Stevie says there to Oslo, I think it's Oslo, isn't it? Well, he's telling you there's Liverpool fans that probably would have looked at the good side of the city or no looking at the blue side. Jump the dikes or no, maybe they've came to their senses, but that's the global brand that this guy's got. I mean, It's unbelievable what the guy's done for our club, on and off the field.
See that you mentioned where I seen an interesting stat at the break. Last year, we'd played 21 games, and obviously our first league game back, we lost to Kilmarnock. So after 22 games, we'd 42 points. If we can win our next 3 games, we'll be in the same situation. We'll be 17 points ahead at the same stage of last season.
Unbelievable.
That's a challenge, isn't it? That's a challenge for us, that one. Brilliant.
But guys, I'm going to go because this is going to cost you guys a fortune. But can I just say, I'm so nervous in speaking to you because, I'm so nervous. It's my first time, and I love this show. I do. You are mad, and I love it.
Thanks very much, mate, and all the best and a happy New Year to you.
Oh, it's going to be a happy New Year. Don't you worry. We are the people.
Oh, yeah, dancer.
You can
Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Skype. You're not the furthest north tonight, Stevie. Oslo beat that.
Actually, if you're still listening, say that again about the Skype. Get yourself Skype, please. Stevie for Oslo. Stranraer.
Aye.
Big Stevie for the drum. Enjoy Skype, didn't you?
Oh, aye, I love it, aye. Well, I've not much good. I've laughed at Kingy saying he's going down to get his phone fixed. I'll be passed them on to the wedding. But no, it's good to hear Stevie there for Oslo. Us Stevie's taught a lot of sense if I'm bumming myself up or no, but no, the boy, it's amazing who's listening to this show all over the world. I mean, we had a couple of guys for the States there, didn't we? The other night. I mean, it's absolutely amazing where this show reaches. And everybody tells you the same thing. They love it. It's a real deal. And the way we go about our business on this show is absolutely brilliant. And everybody loves it. You've heard what the people say. I mean, my guy told Bridge he loves him. I mean, come on.
How could that happen?
I know. There's always so much drink in the world.
But absolutely fantastic to hear people far and wide coming onto the show and saying they've been listening for 2 years and they absolutely love it. So, well done, guys. These have provided a platform for us Bears and every single one is grasping it. We're loving it.
And it's time of the year when you really appreciate the group, and we can feed off each other, and it's really good when this time of the year. Other than that, we're just stone raving mad with each other, and we all feel the same. We want the club to do better.
That's it, Brad. As soon as somebody's head goes down, the boys are there to lift them.
That's it. That's what's needed.
None of us go to rip them an over, and we're all there for each other. The shoulders are rubbing. Shoulder to shoulder, Bridge, man. Shoulder to shoulder.
Absolutely.
Let's just change the subject. But if people want to join us and go back, there's no problem with that. But we'll just change the subject. Have you ever heard so much bollocks that you've had to listen to and read in the last couple of days? Fox.
Oh, I think it's absolutely tremendous, mate. I've never seen a press and everything else be so disappointed about a Rangers win. It's absolutely great, mate. You know the saying, we live in their head rent-free. Well, it's happening all over Scotland now, and the Rangers fans are loving it.
Yeah. I can only agree with that.
We live in their head rent-free. I like that one. I'm just taking a note of that. And you come, Stevie?
Oh, I can only agree with that. What that one done there is psychologically the rest of Scottish football, the press, the media, the tabloids, you name it. I mean, I've been shouting this for the top of the house for donkeys. Since Gerrard came in, even I've been more pressing it. The agenda against our club for the Scottish media and stuff like that is just unbelievable. And as I said, that they keep targeting, they target my club, but they keep persistently targeting guys like Alfredo Morelos. Now, this is a young boy who's came from rags to riches through his own ability, and he's not forgot where he's came from. He's looked after all the kids in his area back home. He's given thousands of pounds to charity. He's went to Sweden. He was playing, was it Sweden he was playing in?
Finland.
And they never
Finland.
Finland. They never get booked once still there. The referee, there was a bit I read about referees saying he's a total gentleman out there, and they can't believe what's happening here to the guy. It's just unbelievable. But Alfredo Morelos is only a tiny part of it. But as Fox says there, we're living in their heads rent-free. The media don't know what to do now because Rangers are beating them. They don't know what to do. They're all over the place. And long may it continue. We all agreed on we need to do our talking in the park, and see there, we've done it. We beat them in the Pedo Dome, and they just don't know how to react. They're all over the place, and long may it continue.
Bridgeman.
Yeah, I think that, and to be honest, I think, and I know he's far better and far more smart than any of them are, but I think the recent attack on our manager for his celebration, let's say, and the way he didn't shake hands like a normal gentleman did after a game, he reckoned he slapped Lennon's hand away. There's a lot of rubbish. What do we call it, a pram smack or something like that, and he did it with both Tim and his assistant. So there was no problem there. And for his celebrations, and that's all they can do. They can only criticise what they see as that shouldn't be right. We've been watching that mob doing worse than what our manager or any of our players could ever do. We've been watching them doing that when they beat us, and we've had to suck it up. And it's time they sucked it up. But they bring out their pet hairs and your Suttons and your Hartsons and all they can do is just anti-Rangers. Whatever they want to say, it's just anti-Rangers.
This Chris Sutton, who once got done for found guilty with a breach for spitting on somebody.
Yes, indeed, the same guy.
Chris Sutton.
Same guy, and the same guy that got caught on the pitch putting his hands around somebody's throat. Same guy. But I may say, our manager...
Is this the same Chris Sutton who called the integrity of Scottish football into question?
Absolutely. That's the same guy. He's got a million things that can go wrong for him. But and that's the same guy that I think it was Big DJ. It was a couple of years ago on Radio Clyde. He came on and he absolutely heard him apparently. Verbally, And it's just not very well liked. So we're all hoping that he just disappears out of the horizon. That's the first time we beat Celtic at Parkhead for 10 years. So they have got nothing whatsoever to say negative about Rangers. We did it and we did it well. We beat them on the pitch. Our player got sent off for a second yellow card. That was it. He never killed anybody. He never tripped anybody up. He dived in the box and he got another yellow card, sent off. And they think he had actually killed somebody based on what you're hearing in the news. No, they're not. Just absolutely shocking. But it shows you the power they've got, Oxford. They've got a massive amount of power from a PR perspective. And at the present moment, our boys are away. They're away over in Dubai, away on holiday, whatever. And then they'll be going to Dubai. And they ain't interested in anything they've got to say. And I don't think we should be either now. Because what I found remarkable was I think one of the papers called out the refereeing performance, Fox. And I think it would be fair to say that I'm maybe the most liberal-minded when it comes to referees on here. I'm no one for blaming referees, but if you look at every one of the decisions on Sunday,
yep,
not one. There's about 7 or 8 decisions, and not one did he give towards the Rangers. There's penalties he's missed. There's sending offs he's missed. There's assaults he's missed. There's red cards he's missed. Handballs for goals he's missed. Oh.
See,
deliberately missed.
Help me.
Deliberately missed.
Aye, on you go, Stevie.
I can only agree with you. I mean, we beat Celtic in their own dump there, and not one major decision went our way. I mean, we all know the score. What about Kevin Clancy? We all know the score. Me personally, we beat 12 men there the other day. Not one. I mean, you could go on and mentioning who should have been sent off, what he missed, and everything else. He hasn't that bad a referee. He knows what's what. 6 yards away for that handball goal. 6 yards after that. He had a great view of that. He seen that. He knew what was happening. You've got a colour chap whose hands against white, and then you could see it a mile away. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and he couldn't see it with 6 yards away. The guy's a total and utter cheat in my eyes, and he should be looked at. He should totally never referee an Old Firm game again. He's an absolute joke.
Can I come in there, Rox?
No.
All right.
Because we've been joined by Albert.
Okay.
Happy New Year to you, Albert.
Happy New Year,
Happy
Albert.
New Year, Happy New Year, Bridge. Stevie, Happy New Year, lads. Just this day, I'm going to join in with this. Let's get hold of this mob. It's getting to Rangers and that press. Let's get something straight here. See that Lywell. He's got that Sutton, Hartson, Walker, Commons, and a few other ones. Let's call them what they are. The Lywell's gimps. That's all that they are. And every time I hear them, I'm calling them it. They're a gimp. The lot of them. I've had enough of them. They're just there on his pyro and coming out with the usual snash every time Rangers they enter. Look, if we're going to get any better or start growing and start coming back to where we are, out they come again with their crap, absolute crap. And I'm sick of it, lads. I'm totally and utterly sick of it. And if they can't see that Clancy is corrupt, man, I don't know. What do you need to do? I mean, it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. But he took it on a new level and
He got
Sunday
man
there,
of the
mate.
match for them, mate. He got man of the
Oh,
match.
no, hey, he'll get player of the year and all.
He get man of the match for them, aye.
Because it's absolutely scandalous, man. It's shocking. I mean, all right, you get it rough or smooth, so some you get, some you don't. We all know that. That's football, and I like it that way, you know what I mean? So, gives you a bit of talking points and all that. But that, good grief, I mean, that's blatant. I mean, but see, in the last minute or so, that McGregor goes right through on Jack, and he gets the foul. I mean, you're looking on, how can you give a foul to him for that when he's the perpetrator of all this? It's staggering. It's just absolutely staggering when you're looking at it.
You know, can I just add something to that, Albert, when you're talking? You know that that what's his name? The wee guy that missed the penalty for them. What's his name?
Oh, Christie.
Aye. When he went and groped Alfredo, I don't understand how the referee never saw that. I just don't understand. But you know that is actually sexual assault. And you wouldn't believe there could be sexual assault at Parkhead, would you?
But that's unusual, isn't it? Young boys getting tampered. We've never heard of that before up there, no? Anyway, as Stevie's saying, it's not that he doesn't see it. He's seeing it. He's just refusing to give the fouls. He's just absolutely refusing. I mean, 3 of them should have been sent off. If that's a normal referee doing a normal job, 3 of them are sent off. No bother. And it's nothing to do with what Rangers are doing. It's them themselves. You're going, no. He's getting fouls. I mean, there's one about Brown, 2 bookings for Brown. They're saying, he flashed that card twice. I thought it was to the big centre-half, because I'm saying, if he's booking that centre-half for that pen, booking our centre-half and getting a penalty, what's he booking Celtic centre-half for? But then it turns out that he showed the yellow card to Brown. So he's booked him twice now in the game. Later on, he books him, and that's twice. He should have been off. No, I'm not going to bother sending him off. Then the press come out and go, no, if you look at the match report, he never recorded it, he booked Brown in the 33rd minute. Because he's lying. He's actually falsificating documentation now. He's actually lying. That
is a mystery, by the way, Albert. That is a mystery.
I didn't think he booked Brown, mate, so I think we'll go to watch, but taking that one at the equation.
I think he booked him. If you watch it closely, but he flashed the card twice. He did flash it. If he's flashing it twice to Katic, he's got to send Katic off. If he's flashing it twice to him, but he did flash it twice.
I agree with you, but I think somebody said they thought they just never saw Katic, or Katic never saw him. and wanted to make sure that Carthage saw that.
I've seen the movement when he cared, but I never thought he'd book round when I was watching the whole match. The big, if you look for it, if it was a tug in the jersey on their player, we've seen that. There was a tug in the jersey when Morelos went through with a great ball with Tav. The same player, Julian, was holding Tav's jersey, Morelos' jersey when he got in the box. Christie manhandled and nearly swapped shirts with young Aribo. Was it twice, Phil?
That's twice, yeah, absolutely.
You're called Bridgeman.
Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry. I thought...
Some of the refereeing was hard to stomach. And on the two bookings, but we weren't the only people that thought that. The television commentators also commented on there was two bookings. I think he's forgot to put Brown's name on the wee pad that he writes it on, or the card that he writes it on, and that's what's happened, and he's told lies the second time. That's my opinion on it. As for, it was a definite penalty with Morelos, with Julian, and with Christie on Aribo in the box, but of course they never seen those ones. I used to stick up for the referees, think they were just poor, mate, but that is the most blatant biased I've ever seen in a football match for me.
And this is the time to do it, Stevie, then Albert, when you win the game, eh?
Oh, aye. I mean, see what Albert was talking about there. I'm not wanting to go on about anything crazy, but he's talking about Lawwell, Albert there. I mean, this is a guy who's in charge of a football club that supports every terrorist organisation for the Middle East all through Europe to here. And they swept a paedophile ring under the carpet, and then his own talking about integrity and stuff like that, about the Rangers fans don't clap their hands to a minute's applause. I mean, sometimes you've got to scratch. I'm scratching my head and saying, how are these people getting away with this junk that they're talking about, you know? It's just unbelievable. But guys, we've said it a million times, the only way we can do it really, because nobody else is going to do it, is beat them on the park. They were talking on the park. I mean, we could talk to our blue in the face about Clancy, guys. Let's be honest, it's going to happen again. You've got cheating, beaten, and we've got the other half, what would you call him? Now, one of them are going to be the next Old Firm referee, and you're going to have the same crap. You're going to have the same big decisions going their way. Let's be honest, that's why they won the League Cup, through a big decision. 3 guys offside, nobody sees it. Come on, man. And it's been happening for a lot longer than that. I mean, I can't get my head around some of the stuff that's wrote in these. And guys like Chris Sutton, that guy's just a tosser. He's stealing oxygen off of people. That's all he's doing. He's an oxygen stealer. He just talks crap. Absolute crap. I mean, I don't want to. It upsets me because you then want to say things that you know you can't say over air. But listen, guys, it's going to happen again. You believe me, Albert, it's going to happen again and again.
I think that Stephen Gerrard calling them out before the game and saying, let's hope there's no major disappointments for the decisions that cost anybody, you know. Well, the way it turned out, it didn't cost anybody. It maybe cost them to see it in their face, but they were supposed to cost us. And that the penalty was a wee bit questionable because the two of the guys were rumbling each other up, and he was never going to get to the ball, no matter what was happening. Aribo had that ball covered and headed that way. So I doubt very much if another ref would actually give a penalty for that. But I'm not saying it wouldn't have been a penalty.
Bridge, wait a minute, I'm not bothering about the penalty. Penalty's a penalty. I'm not arguing that.
No, I'm saying it may not even have been a penalty, I'm saying. With another ref, it might not have been a penalty.
It was.
Yeah, I'm saying it looked like a penalty.
It was a stonewall. I mean, he's making away from you. Not allowed to pull people's jerseys in the area. I've no got a problem with that one. That's a perfectly good decision. All right, it's a penalty against us. You didn't like it, but it is a penalty. At the end of the day, it is a penalty. So that's fine. That's not a problem. No bother with that. What I've got a problem with, and what the referees up here are bad for, really bad for, worse than the world for, is participating in the game. Now, Clancy sees these decisions you should be making. He's just deciding not to give them. Why is he deciding not to give them? Because he knows like the wee left back and the wee right back, the two of them, with double bookings, they're half the park. He knows the big centre half, double booking, he's half the park. So I don't want to send him off, it will spoil the game. That's called participating in the game, mate. That's simple as that. You can't
agreed.
call that any other way. That's participating in the game. And you're not there to participate in the game. You're there to referee the game. So do it right. Do your job right and referee the game. No, you can't give something you don't see. And I'll take my hat after them. You don't see it, you can't get it. But come on, guys. They've seen these decisions. I'm not saying he's seen all the decisions, but he's seen most of the decisions. They were blatant, and he's just not getting them. So that's participation, and that's called cheating, mate. That's just called corruption.
I agree with you there.
Sorry.
I agree with you there. I agree with you, because the thing is, if you're, where's the consistency? Fine, and everybody knows that if you're deliberately pulling someone's someone's shirt and they go in the box, as a booking or as a foul or whatever, if it's in the box, a penalty if the referee's going to give it. But he was never going to get near the ball, so it shouldn't have. Sorry?
Get yourself some here.
Oh, look at the time. Sorry, pal.
Don't have a tune.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, crossed the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've flied the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greenest sight that I have ever seen. The blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox, and it's part of the really just clear stream. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greenest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox. And it's part of the really just clear stream. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greenest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Ibrox. And it's part of the really just clear stream. And it's part of the really just clear stream.
Thanks for that, lads. Go back.
Yep.
Yep, we're here, pal.
I pick up the point that Albert made. It's no it's consistency I'm looking for. I was annoyed with that penalty, and I said to myself, all right, he's been caught giving him a pull. Quite different from what happened with Christie, but saying, mate, so that means that every pull in the box is then a penalty kick. And there was about 3 or 4 the rest of the game, and nothing.
Yeah, it's a scandal. It's
But
just a scandal.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Bridge. To be fair to referees, I mean, let's try and get a bit of balance. I mean, especially for me, because I'd just go over the top with them. I mean, but to be fair, they're only human. They're going to make mistakes. That's all part of it, and it's all part of the day they don't see things. That's all part of it as well. And as you say, consistency. If you're going to start giving people penalty kicks for pulling jerseys, that's fine. That's a letter of the law, but you've got to do it across the board now. So you're making a rod for your back, and that's fine if you want to make that rod. Carry on. The game's going to get pretty crazy, but because if he gave a penalty for every time somebody get pulled in the box, it'd probably end up with 540 Rangers. No,
I think
so.
There's a couple of things off of that. The one with Christie, I cannot believe that the referee never saw it, and I can't believe what he thought if he did see it, and I can't believe that we wouldn't give anything for it. Did he not give a foul? I think he brought him down. I think he gave him a foul. That was it. But you know, he was on a yellow. If he doesn't see the foul for what it was, he should have another yellow card there, Christie, and been sent off the park. And that's probably why he's got a potential 2-card ban. And for me, it should be 5. And I think Alfredo Morelos should take him to court for sexual assault or something like that, because that's just disgraceful doing that right in front of you. And he should be spoke to by Celtic as well. To be honest, that's no right to do that. You can't go about doing that. No news.
But the pull one up to last year was the last year when Morelos grabbed him.
Yeah. They didn't grab him. He just flicked him.
But the press pulled that up. I mean, it's great. They've got drawfuls of this nonsense, by the way, that if you do something, they just bring something. Oh, look, you done that in 1954. You got a penalty.
They invented the whataboutery, didn't they? They invented it.
It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. What we're talking about here is just getting the referees to do their job. That's all I want them to do. Just do your job. And if it means 2 or 3 penalties go against Rangers and they're right, well, fair enough. That's part of the game. I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing about ones that you do see. We all know you see them. You're just lying. Haven't done the cup final. What do you call him again? Colum. The one with St Mirren against Candace. Candace gets punched in the face, and he runs out on the books. He sends Candace off. He gets sent, and then he couldn't come up with a reason why he was sending Candace off. And it was the press 2 days later that said that he gets sent off for blowing a kiss. He didn't get sent off for blowing a kiss. That happened about 5 minutes before he got punched in the kipper. That's why Ferdinand grabbed him and punched him in the face. And I'm saying, no, your officer, compliance officer, is already looking at that on the TV. Your pundits are looking at it on the TV. Everybody sees what's going on. What do they all do? They all start siding with the referee. They all start saying, that's right, you shouldn't be blowing kisses. Blowing kisses? What are you talking about? I mean, we've all played football. Things that happen in a football park, most people who don't play football and just watch football don't understand what happens in a football park. I mean, we all know what's gets said, what happens, the sleek at punches, the grabs, the I'm going to do you, you're getting ripped after the game, no, that carry on. So, you know what I mean?
Rough about bridge. I never heard. I never knew anything about this. Carry on. I'm excited about it.
But that's what happened. Poke it inside your short with shorts for your chub.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, you're absolutely right. All these things that happen at football, some of it has got to be allowed to go. And you know, I think somebody said yesterday or after the game the other day there, I think they said that if they're going to give a penalty for that pull on by Katic, okay, fair enough. It has done it and it's against the law and it's going to be punished. But that referee sees God knows how many other pulls and pushes inside the box. The same venom in it, the same everything in it, and he doesn't give one of them. The one with Rita Rebo was really bad because the boy was jumping to head the ball and the guy got hold of him and nearly pulled his shirt off him. And that was that wee boy Christie again, you know.
By the way,
again, do you remember what the game that?
If you watch the goal, he's doing the exact same thing to Rebo.
Yeah, it was. That's it. It got it in for him.
That's a good point, by the way. No, do you know, by the way, see that corner, the corner that came, the Riga was second goal for, it wasn't a corner. Yeah. It wasn't a corner to us.
No, I know.
The reason he gave that corner is because if he doesn't give the corner, he's got to give the penalty. So he just blows for a corner. And I'm saying, that's a penalty. You know that. You know that's a penalty, but you didn't want to get, so you gave a corner. That wasn't a corner. So we scored for the corner. That wasn't in the script. He was raging, by the way. I mean, he's sitting there. Lywell's probably well at that to the rest of the directors. We shouldn't have paid him before the game. We should have paid him after the game. I told you that.
But you know, it was a wonderful finish to the game for our team. Wonderful goal. 2 great goals, by the way. 2 great goals. But what that game showed to me, what that game showed is our players are getting really tough, and now they've been right in the lion's den, and they've seen what they do, all the dirty things, and not a person says it. They've got 90 pundits that talk about that game, and not one of them had a Rangers thing on it. You know, I dare say you'll get people like Alec Gray, who used to play for us, and you'll get somebody for the BBC that will jump in, and I've not even heard them, but they'll probably stop with their anti-Rangers thing because the Rangers have won. They'll go back onto the pedestal to say something good about the Rangers, and that may last for a wee while. But other than that, it's just a tidal wave of moaning and groaning, and he's did
Well,
this and he did
did you
that.
see that Commons? That Commons with that goal with Edwards. Oh no, it didn't hit his horn. That's what he said at first. Then he said it did hit his horn. Then he said the referee didn't see it. The referee's done as Oxford.
He saw it, all right. He saw
7
it.
yards. I know he saw it. But
absolutely.
it's the fact of what he's saying. Then Big Boyd wouldn't let him away with it. Going, no. You can't say the referee didn't see that. He's seen it. Of course he's seen it. No, he didn't. He was a good distance away and he must have been blindsided. Then they show you it in slow motion where Clancy actually was. As Oxford, 7 yards away. Direct sight of the ball, direct sight of the player, sees it coming off his horn. Oh, well, what do I do here? I better just give that goal in. Because let's be honest, since we Lennon go to them all to go and strike the referees, nothing goes against them, especially at Parkhead. You heard Gerald. Yeah, well, that Julian should have been sent after, right enough. You don't get these sort of calls up in this park. And he's perfectly right.
Oh, Ben, we've got a young lad that comes on here. He used to come on quite regularly. We hadn't been on for a wee while, but he's in touch with a young lad called Mount Vernon Loyal. He used to come out and say it's easy for the referees if they're refereeing a Rangers game. The easiest thing they can do if they're in doubt, don't give it to the Rangers. Just don't give the decision to the Rangers, and you'll always shine. Then nobody will say it, and it's bloody true. The only people who will say it is us Rangers fans and the Rangers players, but just nobody else will say it. So no pressure.
Big Stevie and then Fox, I couldn't work out what his worst decision was when I watched it back. I couldn't work out if it was the goal that he got. It was a missing Rebo. Paul in the box setting booking, penalty kick. The two bookings for Christie again. The ball, the left back, his second booking when he grabs Morelos, just pulls him back. The tackle by McGregor on Jack. The foul in the box with Julian in the first half with the great ball for Tav, or Alfie getting tripped with Julian running through. I just couldn't work out what was the worst decision. How frightening is that, Stevie?
Stevie's gone, mate.
Oh, is he? Fox.
Aye, it was shocking decisions, but you need to remember there's a team on the park of officials, and the linesmen must see some of these incidents as well. They've got to take their share of the blame unless they flagged it up and they ignored them, mate. That's the only other way you can look at it. And for me, I mean, usually I think it's Radio Clyde have got a guest referee on to talk about the decisions. I noticed he was missing on Monday as well, that they didn't want to talk about the decisions of what happened in the game. And it's further verified with the Celtic support, aren't they using it as an excuse as they normally would do, that the referee was hopeless against them. They've got nothing but praise for him. So I think that tells its own story.
All right, so if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number, Fox?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You were brought into the call. Be technical Terry to talk about all things Rangers related. Albert, forgetting about the referee, forgetting about that. What about some of the football we played?
Some of the football we play is absolutely fantastic, mate. There's no getting away from it. No, I mean, and any neutral sitting and watching it must enjoy watching the Rangers play, because when we get it right and we play like that, fantastic, absolutely fun. I mean, that first goal, Kent's goal. I mean, the football involved in that goal was some of the best football you'll see in Scottish football for years. You know what I mean? It was actually, and nobody spoke about that. Nobody outside of the Rangers support speaks about it. You're sitting going, that was a fantastic goal. And I like the way his goal is playing, because I've told you before, me personally, it's not about pretty football to me, it's about winning games. But don't get me wrong, I like both. If I can get both, it's a bonus to me, but first and foremost, win the game. And we're doing that, to be fair, we're doing that. And there's no argument for me at all, because I like some of the football, really, really good football. Some of the best football I've ever seen a Rangers team play at times, I must be honest here.
Bridgman?
Yeah, I can't disagree. Well, I think we spoke about that for that Ryan Kent goal. It started the way down to virtually our corner flag with Tavernier, and it went up the wing. Excuse me, up the wing, and Alfredo across to giving it back to the boy, Glenn Kamara, and eventually it finds its way across to what do you call him, to Perisic, and had a beautiful pass on along the ground. And by God, did he hit that ball? Wow, smashed it in. So I think it was 28 seconds or something like that in total. So from our corner flag, number of passes, I can't remember how many there were, 28 seconds, balls in the net. And they never touched it. They never touched that ball at all. And that was fabulous football. It's all bare said. I think that was just fabulous football. In any country in the world, if some team does that, that's going to be shown over and over and over again. It won't be shown over and over again here because it's against them. Only because it's them. I'm just saying, only because it's them. But I'm talking about by the sort of the BBC or whoever it was, you know. They won't show it like that.
I watched that programme in Bridge. They were very complimentary in Rangers football.
Who's that?
The BBC show that you.
Oh, right. Did you watch it?
I made a point just out of curiosity.
Well, actually, somebody sent me a text and said that the boy Stephen Thompson used to play with us. Now, I've been moaning about him for a long time, and then I stopped watching him. And it looked as if he was going anti-Rangers. Apparently, he told Michael Stewart and the others, no, that one on Alfie at the corner, at the edge of the box, if not a penalty, that was a foul against Alfie. But the others weren't saying it, wasn't it? It was Alfie did the foul, which is a ref said. So that's Pat really standing up for the Rangers doing that. He could end up getting his sack.
Fox, the catalyst for the victory, Stephen Davis.
Aye, without a doubt. He had a terrific game. But I thought as a team we played well, mate. You were speaking about the goal there. That's what you watch when you watch the training videos that Rangers do. One touch pass and move, one touch. And that's what they did all the way up the right-hand side of the park. Alfie got the ball, get challenged, but managed to lob it at his head. And then we spread the ball again. It was an absolutely tremendous goal. And Ryan Kent, that's what we've all been screaming for him to do, is be in the box and start hitting balls. And by God, did he know half hit that one. So much for the flying goalkeeper in goal being having. He never get anywhere near our 2 goals. And absolutely terrific football we are playing just now, mate. And I think a lot of it is down to confidence that the manager is giving these players, their bravery on the ball, and they're always available to take a ball in any sort of situation. And that's credit to the coaching staff.
When I looked at it as well, Bridgeman, when I looked at the 2 league games, the first game at Ibrox, Perisic never started, Kent wasn't there, and Morelos didn't start.
Yeah, that's right. We all said it was probably one of the mistakes of the manager, one of the few mistakes, should I say, of the manager. His tactics weren't right there for that game. I don't know whether I don't think he sort of underestimated them in any way, but I think he had maybe overconfidence in his master plan, and they blasted it, didn't they? They got two well finished goals, but obviously major problems in our early defence. We'll lose the ball, give the ball away, whatever it was we do. We shoot ourselves in the foot. Well, this time we didn't. We didn't shoot ourselves in the foot. At Hampden, we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot. We just never finished a game. I put the ball in the net. We did on Sunday. And they can't take it. They can't take it. I know they can't take it. And that's why I go back and I say the worst result that Celtic's ever had, certainly in recent history, is the semi-final at Hampden Park against us, and we were in the first division. And we beat them in penalties, admittedly, but we beat them. And they couldn't take that and sacked their manager. And then the first defeat they had against Rangers under Brendan Rodgers, this time last year, when we beat them at Ibrox. Now, what can you say? He left. He went up and left. He couldn't take it. Well, same thing will happen to Lennon. He'll get a bullet. Good.
I mean, that's 3 of the last 5 games we've beat them all, but nobody seems to mention that, do they?
No, that doesn't happen. It's going about 10 years at Parky. And by the way, there's a question, Ox. I don't know if you'll know the answer, but I'll ask it anyway. How many times have we actually played them at Parky in the last 10 years?
7, I think the next one, and this will be the 8th. This is the 4th season they're back in it.
You know what I mean? They're going on about this record, you're no beat us in 10 years. You're going, what, 4 or 5 or 8 years? Was it 5 years? We weren't even in the league.
That's right. But no, they're looking for that. It makes it sound better, Albert. 10 years is a long time. The first time in 10 years we've beaten them, we haven't played them. Yeah, we haven't played them.
It's absolute nonsense. It's absolute crap they talk. Absolute garbage. I mean, records that don't mean anything.
It's gone now
records
anyway.
That are not actually records.
No, but that's gone now anyway. They can't say it anymore. So, you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous they're saying it anyway in the first place.
So, no, there was two records they were shouting at us. They were shouting, you haven't beat Celtic at Parkhead in 10 years, and Celtic haven't been beaten in 18 months at Parkhead. Well, we smashed those two records, they're gone. So they can't say any more about it, as far as that's concerned.
What does that tell you? You've not been beat at Parkhead in 18 months. Eh? What does that tell you? You won the last 10 trophies. What does that tell you?
There you go.
Anyway.
They were playing against top-class opposition, and you know it, Albert. Oh, you know,
before, by the way. Yeah, their nearest rivals was Aberdeen. That's what Aberdeen kept telling us. Now I kept saying, wait a minute, this must be the only league in the world that your closest rival you lend players to. What's that about? How does that work? I don't understand how that works. You're the rivals, right? Oh, you're close to us in the league. Here, take 2 or 3 of our players.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
No,
I'm still as high as a kite with it all. I think that might go down in history as our greatest ever result. I don't mean by a number of goals, of course, but just the way it all happened. Fantastic result for us.
And when's the last time we actually finished an Old Firm game? How many Old Firm games in the last 2 seasons have we finished with 11 men on the park?
Not very many.
It's unbelievable.
The last 2 seasons, let me think.
Well, last time we played them at Celtic Park, Morelos got sent off.
Kent as well.
And if he didn't get sent off, he get pulled up with a compliant officer.
Cited.
Jones gets sent off at Ibrox this year.
Aye. They did the cup final then last year. The 2 games Ibrox, we finished with 11 men. Morelos gets sent off, and then you're back into the Murty and Warburton times, mate. I've erased that from my memory, if that's all right with you, Albert.
Don't blame you.
Very good, yeah.
I've erased it from my memory, but look, I loved watching Stephen Davis. I loved the football. I loved the braveness Fox on the ball. There's different kinds of braveness on the football. We're a fit team. The way we played the game, particularly in the midfield, the 2 fullbacks, the way the front men all shot down, you use a lot of energy, mate.
Well, we used a lot of energy on Sunday, but I'll tell you what, we all held our positions on the park, mate. I was watching it very closely, and both left and right hand side for midfield, Jack and Kamara covered some amount of ground. When the ball switched to the wings, mate, they were out to meet the challenge to help out Barisic and Tav on the other side, mate. They worked their socks off, but never lost their shape at any part of the game. The front 3 worked their socks off, tracking back and helping out cover the midfield 3, and the back 4 were great, mate. I thought they were very, very good as a solid unit, and all over the park, mate. I think we were the best team by a country mile on the Sunday.
I thought the weakest player on the pitch for us was obviously Katic. I mean, getting that penalty away was absolutely schoolboy error. And he was lucky enough the manager to step for that. Anyway, we've been joined by Stardom.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Stardog.
Happy New Year, Stardog.
Can somebody in the technical department bring Albert back in? Thank you. Yeah, how we doing, Stardog? Merry Christmas to you and a half.
Hi, Merry Christmas as well, pal. And Connor.
Used to. Just trying to get back to normality. Mental time of year. But aye, what a new year it was. What a result in the 29th. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Your man came to the party, mate.
I tell you what, it's even that goal, and I couldn't stop picking about these, honestly. I thought, wow, The script was written for the start of the season. I tell you, didn't I? I did tell you one day this guy's going to be a hero. And that's it, mate. His name's in the history books now.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service. The
Aye,
person
it was
you're
a
calling is
fantastic
unable
header.
to take call.
And I'll
I
tell you,
without bragging too much, mate, that was like a Sergio Ramos header. Like, that was just a dominating header. That was just a world-class header, mate. Honestly, the power he got on it, the precision, the height he jumped, amazing.
What pleased me about his performance was people have crumbled, away mistakes in the games, and he gave away that penalty, and obviously when McGregor saved it, he just went from strength to strength in the game.
Well, Gerrard said it in his post-match interview. He never hides, Nico, and what you see is what you get, mate. The big one wears his heart on his sleeve. I mean, he very, very rarely loses. It must be one of the best headers of the balls I've ever seen play for Rangers, honestly. I mean, Big Marvin Andrews could clear a ball, but I mean, Nico Katic doesn't lose any headers at all. And I just think he's brilliant to watch, mate, and I only think he's going to get better now. And the question was put to me earlier on the day, by somebody that isn't a Rangers fan, is Nico Katic now our best defender? I don't know, but I love him, that's what I'm going to say.
By the way, he's making a good game on Sunday as well. Goals, and I'm not the greatest fan, but he had a great game.
I thought they were both solid, Ox. I thought they were both solid, and Borna Barisic and Cavanaugh, the amount of work they put in down the lines.
I think that they're both playing with a lot of good players beside them and in front of them, which obviously we touch up to their confidence. But and they were, as I said earlier, they're in the Lions' den, and they've got to be up for it. Every single Rangers player's got to be up for it, and they were. And I thought Golson, I agree with Oxtia, probably his best game in a Rangers shirt, and Barisic must be no far behind that. In fact, nearly every player on the park is no far behind that. I was very impressed with young Kent. I thought he had a tremendous game for us. So you threw them and pick out a whole load, I just say every one of them were fantastic for us.
By the way, see if Morelos puts that one in for the Kent Crows for the Golson pass.
Wow.
See if I'm Golson, I'd have just walked up the tunnel and retired.
I know, what a bot was. And we've criticised him most of the season for some of these outrageous balls that he tries to pull off. But I mean, that nearly came right, and he played his part. Morelos, mate, I mean, he terrorised that defence. I don't care about his centre half. I'm talking about over the 90 minutes, bar scoring a goal, and you can say this about him most times that he plays against them, and nobody can deny it after being realistic about watching a football game, mate. They don't know what to do with him. They don't know what to do with him. They really don't. And I tell you what, if once he starts scoring against them, he'll not stop, mate. He will not stop. He really will not. I was disappointed in him at the end, to be honest with you, because I think maybe, I don't know if I'm speaking too soon here, but I think things are maybe starting to get to him, because if that is me, I'm putting that ball in the back of the net. If I'm a Rangers striker and there's a chance to score against Celtic, I'm not trying to get penalties. I'm putting the ball in the net.
I'll give my honest opinion there, and then I'll take it with the boys. I think he just ran out of steam, mate. I really did. I just thought he ran out of steam, and that was part of the reason why he flung himself out, because he knew the game was done. But I'm not making excuses for the dive, but I just think the whole thing, for he ran for the halfway line, he just ran out of legs. Fox?
I would agree with that, although it was a clear and deliberate dive, mate. I think he took the chance that Mitchum would crash into him, but he never. Anyway, the game was done at that time, and it should never have been. The game shouldn't have been on at 7 minutes long, mate. 4 minutes was the added on injury time, and when they added on even more time, it was for Morelos' sending off, mate, which he let him add on another minute or two. And it shouldn't have went that far anyway.
Another combination of bad decisions. Albert, you're back with us?
Aye, I've got ears like size of sky dishes. I keep touching stuff and switching my arse, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm back.
Stardog mentioned the Morelos fan. I mean, all right, he should have maybe scored, but I personally thought he just ran out of steam.
Aye, definitely, mate. He did. You can't blame him. You know what I mean? Come on, but he did. He never had the energy to swing his leg to have the shot. And he, by the way, see, if he did manage to do it, he would have scored. He definitely would have scored, because that big clown, Forrest, was running, coming screaming out that box, out his goal line, and he could have slipped it by him, but The energy, just the energy need. And I don't blame the boy, you know what I mean? But hey ho, he took a chance, as Fox said, he took a chance and it backfired on him.
Aye. Start talking about your back in.
So again, mate.
Can I come in on that one, Ox? Yeah.
I was
going to say that the initial attempt was from the Goldson, beautiful ball for Goldson to Ryan Kent, and he put a beautiful ball into the box for Morelos, and I think he was half a yard too late, and the ball was rising and hit his shin as opposed to his boot. A bit unlucky that way, and the big centre half was with him anyway. But I agree with you. That's when I noticed his pace wasn't there to get him in that wee bit quicker to do it. And when he was running into the box and he beat the wee right back, and I think what Fox said is absolutely right. He was waiting and Cham coming in and touching him. That's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for a dunt, and he was going down, and he just went down anyway. So the expectation to get it there. But at the end of the day, he had 2 yellow cards, so off you go. No arguments about that. No arguments at all. But the furore, when he was going off the park, there was nothing short of scandalous. Scandalous.
Telling them that time was up.
Aye, I don't mean him. I'm talking about the crowds. Why do they all hate that boy? Because he plays with Rangers. That's
and he's a threat.
He's a threat to them. That's why.
Was that, buddy?
To them.
Oh, I know that. Absolutely. By the way, I have to say this to you. He bossed them all game, the whole game from start to finish. Even when he was getting sent off the park, he was still bossing them.
That was my point, Bridge. Even without a goal, if you go on performances in a match, they didn't know what to do with him. They really did.
Tremendous. A great player. He's a marvellous player. That's for sure.
Can you come, Stardog?
I would have just loved to have seen him get his goal, but we obviously can't get what we want all the time. And I think if you're going on match performances, and I think most of you will agree with me, his last 2 performances against them, he's absolutely terrorised their full defence himself. Ryan Kent and Nico Katic, you cannot take anything away for their goals. But Ryan Kent was starting 3 in the box, because why? Because everybody's watching where he's gone. Everybody's too busy trying to see where Morelos has gone. Ryan Kent just peels off, and Alan McCoy has said that a million times for the game. What a finish that is. Nobody realises how hard that is. If you hit it too hard, you're losing total control of it. And to just get it in off the post like that, Big Fuzzy Foster, he never moved an inch, did he?
Oh, he was in the net before he knew it. Another thing about the forward line, mate, is they don't like Aribo near him, mate.
I tell you what about that touch out the sky for the gods? The gods don't even have a touch like that boy,
just
man.
Fabulous. There's another £1 million on his price, eh?
What's that, Ox?
No, I'm saying...
a lot of myself.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
When I see the Aribo doing that, no, everybody
flashback, did
only
it?
a few.
I used to teach you boys like that. Is that how you think, Knox? I used to teach the youngsters them. No,
that's how you used to bring the centre forwards.
Some people, if you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't put yourself down. But
I love it. I just love it. Oh, brilliant. No, that was world class, wasn't it? That. Oh my goodness gracious. He ran them ragged as well. But goodness sake, a weekend. The top 3 were just tremendous. They did their job. And ably backed up with a tremendous midfield who overran everybody and everything in the midfield.
Where was this legendary midfield? Where were we going to play against? That's 2 games in a row now. We've absolutely dominated them. And I'll be honest, I've watched the game back, the full game, about 4 times.
Yeah,
and I've assessed everything. And seeing the first 15 minutes, their defensive line and their midfield line, they're on the 18-yard line. They just can't get out. It was just Rangers, and there was no urgency. We were taking our time. Stephen Davis was spraying the passes about. Aribo was silkiness. It was just brilliant to watch, and I had my doubts after that cup final. I thought that could have really done something for our mentality in a really negative way, but we've taken it, and Stephen Gerrard's just did what he always did, and it was just to keep pushing on, because we are coming, and I believe we are here now. I really do. I've watched a couple of wee things, and there's been a few Celtic fans saying, we're just not going to get the rub of the green all the time. Like, it had to end sometime, and some of them are actually just accepting that it's going to be time for a new era in Scottish football, and it's going to be called the Stephen Gerrard era.
See you said about the start of the game, and that. But the only thing that disappointed me in the cup final as well. I got the old Bird Fox. When you're that much in top, you've got to put the ball in the net.
That's it, mate. It's an old adage in football, isn't it? When you've got the ascendancy, you need to put the ball away. You need to be ruthless. You need to take your chances, and we're a wee bit shy on that. But I believe with that young forward line that will come. That will come. They'll get more ruthless. They'll know when to do their runs, and it's all down to just slightly time. The timing's out slightly with the balls that are getting flashed across the area. But that experience, that comes with experience, and eventually they'll sober up and start burying these ones. And to be honest, by the way, some of these teams we have played, maybe no Kilmarnock, but some of the other teams we've played in the first 15 minutes, we could have the game done and dusted in the first 15 minutes in most of these games if we were just that bit more ruthless. But I'm with Gerrard and his coaching team, and I'm with that Rangers team. It will come. There's no doubt in my mind it will come.
Fox.
I thought we showed great patience as well in that opening 30 minutes. It wasn't as if we were just knocking the ball about needlessly. We were probing all the time, looking for openings. Sometimes the opening, because Celtic had that many back in defence, the openings weren't there for us. But we never gave up and we kept trying. And as I said, it was a patient display. And then when we did get our chance, when we broke, the pass was right, the strike was right, and the ball was in the back of the net. So I think we had to pin them back like that, Oxjo, to take their midfield out the game and give us the advantage. And once we were on top, I don't think we really relinquished it to the end again. Maybe a 5 or 10 minute spell they were in the game. That was it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Startup.
Very much the same as Fox, mate. I thought there wasn't a lot of urgency to our play, but we were very patient with the ball, and that's what good teams do. They just work and they work and they work and they keep trying to break the opposition down. I mean, I thought when that penalty was conceded, I thought we were really, really harshly done by. I can see the point where it was given, but there was a million incidents in that game where our players were getting their jerseys pulled off their backs, and there was no whistle, and it seemed to be, even in real time, mate, the referee had blew the whistle before the ball had even hit the ground. Even the players hadn't hit the ground, and the referee blew the whistle. So I thought, here we go again. We're gonna be done here. And like you say about Nico Katic, and not just him, the rest of the team stood up and they made sure that we're not going to suffer a defeat like that again or be on the wrong side of any decisions. And I just thought, as a team, we totally taken it to them and totally dominated them in every aspect, every position in the park. And we thoroughly deserved that day 3 points, mate. There's no way MD can ever take that away from us. We never got it in the cup final, but we sure as hell made sure we weren't going away from Parkhead with anything less than 3 points, and that's what we got, and that's what we deserved, mate. But I want to see us building on this now. I want to see us maintaining it into the new year, because we have been a totally different team. Am I right in saying we've only lost once in the league this year?
Aye, Ibrox to them.
There you go, mate. You know what I mean? It's a totally different kettle of fish this year.
There was a stat today. We played 19 games. This time last year we played 22. We then played against Kilmarnock, which means we played 21. Excuse me, and then we played Kilmarnock in 22. If we win our next 3 league games, I said it earlier on, Standard, we'll be 17 points better off than we were after the same number of games last year.
Amazing.
That is, of course, we win. That's as long as we win them.
We've just got to, Bridge. There's no any way two ways about it. But we just have to keep maintaining this. We have to take advantage of this year. And I thoroughly do believe now, after what I've seen over the past 2 games, I know I had my doubts after the cup final about the mentality and things like that, but for then, as a team, we have pushed on and we have shown that we're not going to lie down and just let everybody have it their own ways this year. It's just not going to happen, and I believe Gerrard's going to take that mentality in. He's set up a couple of friendlies. I believe there's one already announced anyway. So we're going to be active. We're going to be active early January. We're not just going to be going on our holidays and resting up and thinking it's all air. He's going to have them with the mentality that this is far from over and we just need to keep fighting and keep doing what we're doing and just keep winning the games. I mean, we've not been defeated away from him either this season. You know what I mean? It's a huge difference in last season. There's just so many stats in our favour. and we just need to keep it going.
Exactly. But for our first, one game at a time, pal. One game at a time. Let's do it. And
Definitely, Bridge.
let's get the momentum back up again, and away we go. Just do it. Because we've got quite a lot of games at home, haven't we? We got 2 out of 3 at home. Is that right?
We do, but they've been long overdue, haven't they? I mean, we had a horrendous fixture thing, but not horrendous because everybody's got to do it. But I mean, I think it was about 7 out of 9 games or something we were away from home, so we're long overdue. A good few tasty fixtures at Ibrox, and for what I hear, it's their turn across the city to do all the away fixtures. So let's see how they cope, because I said a long time ago it was December that mattered the most, and we've came through it and we've got the advantage, and we just need to keep going.
But they've got a better record. They've got a better record away than they have at home, haven't they? They got beat their last game at home against us.
I know, but the stats, the advantage is on our side of the court now, and we just make sure we don't ever get it back.
I agree with you, pal. I agree with you.
See, Albert, Stardog, and rightly so, was very, very disappointed in the cup final. But could that have been at the time just been that springboard just to take us to the next level, because we realised the stuff was there?
Aye, I think it. Sorry, was it me you're asking? Aye.
On you go, Albert. Then we've got a new caller coming in. On you go.
Aye, it's definitely. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. We didn't see it at the time, but it ends up that way. But it's the way we lost that cup final. No, I mean, it was the whole day, everything that went. That just sort of galvanised us. We can see it. As Stardog pointed out, we never knew what way we were going to go after that. I mean, we could have went the other way and just imploded, but we didn't. We went the other way and just grew for it, learned for it, and consolidated. And it just pulled us all together. The team just pulled the team together. So, aye, it worked in our favour. It didn't feel like that. That night after we get beat, it didn't feel like it was working in our favour. Everybody was gutted, feeling terrible. But long term, now you look at it and go, you might look back years to come and go, that was the turning point. That was the time that the team actually became Rangers again.
Mm-hmm. Bizarrely. And I get your pain for that night, Stardog. The callers dropped out. I get your pain, understand that, but maybe when they've sat and they've looked at that, when the boys have looked at that in training along with his coaching squad, they're like, what are we worried about here? And maybe just give them that bit of confidence to go into the next level.
No, I honestly think most of the players, I mean, for the reaction I seen, most of the players must have felt like me, and they must have been that hurt and that angry and that devastated that they've just made a pact within themselves that that's never, ever, ever going to happen to them again. And I think that's what's happened, and they went to Parkhead with a mentality that they weren't going to come away from there with anything less than 3 points, mate. I really do, because I think, if you look at the piece, I think 4 games I can remember out of the past 5 we've had, we have been the better team, even with 10 men at the tail end of the last season at Parkhead and all. So, I mean, we've been coming for a long, long time now, and it's only been a matter of time before these results start dropping for us, and the team that deserves to win gets the wins, and that's what's happening here. I really do feel as if there's a turn. I'm not saying we're going to win that in the next thing, but I really do feel that it's only a matter of time before the new era of Scottish football's here, and it's going to be the Steven Gerrard era. It is. I really feel that.
And
they hate him. Do you know that? They hate him, mate. I've got friends on the other side of the water. They cannot stand him. They couldn't believe it when he signed a new contract. They fear him because they know he's going to be a success with us, mate. He really is.
Bridge, and you come, mate, with the caller still trying to come in.
See, there's somebody trying to come in. I like to agree with everything that Stardog said there. My feeling for our club is everybody knows how I feel about it all. I think that the last few games we've played against them, apart from the first home game at Ibrox this season, where we didn't do very well, the tail end of last season we did better. But each time we've played them, we're learning, and we've shown where we learned in the cup final there. We learned a lot from them, and we learned how lucky they are. They're a very lucky team, and they seem to get a lot of decisions that no other team can get, and that showed up on Sunday there when we played them. Or rather, was it Sunday? When we played them there, and they got I thought an unbelievable decision from a referee for the pulling. And when you look at it the second time, he is pulling him, so it's a penalty. So they got a penalty, and I thought it was fortunate. But then they got when we scored, they got that lucky break, and the referee standing looking at a handball, getting pushed into the net with a handball. No, it's not right. I don't care what anybody says, it's not right. So when we scored our second goal, I thought it was well deserved, a wonderful goal by Big Katic, and I thought to myself, hopefully we can just play the game out now with everything on our side. We could have scored another 2 goals. And you saw how exhausted most of our players were at the end, to be honest. And I thought it was well done. And I'm really proud of them, really proud of them. And can I just say happy birthday to Stephen Davis? I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yeah.
Yesterday.
So that's him 35. So
By the way, I know I like players. Everybody likes different kind of players, Stardog, but I just think what a football player the guy is.
Does it remind you of yourself, Oxtia?
Aye.
A class above the rest.
Aye.
It reminds me of me, you know.
It reminds me of you, doesn't it?
Aye, it reminds me of me because I'm a midget, I know.
No, it's not
It plays with the heat, mate. It plays with the heat.
You're a great reader of the game, isn't he? Great vision, great reader of the game. Seems to always be there. Those 2 headers off the line, well, he's at the post and that's what he's there for. So anything that comes in that way, he's going to clear it anyway, invariably. That was just tremendous by him. Really good and a nice wee header over the bar, defensive header over the bar. So there's a lot of good defence.
And it's not the first time this season he's cleared something off the line.
No, absolutely not. But he likes, there's certain positions that he reads the game, he sees what's happening. What's their target man? It's going to be him. Where's he going to header it? And generally, when you've got that level of, shall we say, reading the game or ability to read the game, you'll get there 9 times out of 10. You'll be there. You can read the positions where it's going to happen.
What was the away game, Mox, this year? I remember Stephen Davis got it after line. We sealed him up the park and scored, and this shows to me, mate, that this is no fluke. This is why you always have men on the post, but it shows the clinicalness of our teammate to get up the park and put the ball in the net when you could very easily have been conceding a goal at their end. This is no fluke, mate. This is great tactical awareness by Steven Gerrard, and I love it. I really do love it. That's the difference,
Dog, with having a manager knows what he's doing. If that was Caccino, Caccino would have had him boot guarding Julian at corner kicks. Know what I mean?
Let's talk about the manager, mate. Let's be honest, he's getting slaughtered for being over exuberant because of that win at the Pedo Dome on Sunday. But let's look back what they wrote about the guy. The guy's an under-18s coach. He'll do nothing in Scotland. He's up here to learn his apprenticeship. He'll do nothing in Scotland. No wonder the guy was... And see, when he showed the passion that he showed for our club at that final whistle, mate, he's up here to do a job, and he's doing a great job. And they hate it. Absolutely hate it, the press up here.
Because there's nothing that can be done about it, isn't there, Fox? I mean, the hatred for Rangers and everything about them is just unbelievable. But that young lad, Gerrard, he's doing a fabulous job up here, and they just can't cope with it. They just can't cope with it.
Think of the things we've had to witness. We witnessed in a bounce game, because it was a bounce game, we witnessed the manager at their club, who was with another club at the time, running onto the field of play in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Because they got a draw. And if they go to Gerrard, one of the biggest fixtures in winning football, for showing a bit of passion, Stardog.
Do you know something, though? This just goes to show me that the hatred, it's not just against us as a football club, it's against anybody. I mean, I didn't understand, I don't really understand the rules of Scottish football. Maybe usually, but I didn't know that there was only one team allowed to celebrate wins at Air Folk stadiums. I never knew that. I never knew that there was only one team allowed to go to Air Folk stadiums and cause a ruckus there, because they've done it to us plenty of times. I never understood that. I don't know. Maybe that's in the rule book. It's an unwritten rule anyway. I know that for sure, mate. But for us to go there and do what we done and dominate them in the way we did, but deserve nothing better than a big happy.
That's the thing about bullies, mate. See, when you stand up to them, they run away.
Aye, and that's exactly what he's done, mate. He's not gone anywhere. He signed this new deal. I've said it before on here. They can't stand that. They're absolutely terrified, because, as I'll keep saying, there's a new era coming in Scottish football, and it's the Stevie Gerrard era. and that's what's happening. And he made no apologies for these celebrations after the match. You said it yourself. Then the aeroplane when you're the Hibs manager and your teams just drew 5 each. He's were up 3-0. He's really threw the game away. I mean, what's there to celebrate? It's just there's no common ground with these folk, mate. They'll write what they write and they'll say what they say. But see, at the end of the day, see, as long as we keep winning at places like that, it's us that's going to always have the last laugh, because we are laughing on here. We've had a great New Year because we've had nothing to sit and think about or dwell on. We've had a great New Year. I know they haven't.
Oh, but he's a class act, mate, and he riles.
I was just going to say that it's one of the classiest things the boys ever done, and he done it the other day. There is when that stupid press tried to drag him in and compare him with Walter Smith. They just shot him down right away. Pure class. Don't compare me to the legend Walter Smith. Brilliant. Enough said. The guy is just sheer class. Absolutely sheer class, and they hate him for it. They absolutely hate him for it. They know they can't get the better of him. So they write this garbage, as Fox pointed out when they come up here. He's this, that, and the next thing. And silly pundits come out with absolute who have done practically nothing in the game. Some of these pundits, remember, you know what I mean? They've been has-beens and wannabes and just nonsense. Just talking about a guy who's achieved a hell of a lot in the game, who's now managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. You know what I mean? And doing a fantastic job at it.
Does anybody remember Chris Sutton when he was a manager for about 9 days? Who was it? He taken the job at Ox. He was a great manager, wasn't he?
Was you know with Grimsby?
Lincoln City.
Was it Lincoln City? Was it Lincoln City, Paul?
He was a great manager, wasn't he? He won them Hunnels. He had Hunnels of high-profile games as a manager, that man.
Call him the right name now, Stardog. He's the Gimp. That's what he is. He's a Gimp.
Well, I'm just, see when he makes his comments and things like that, I've seen some of the things he's been saying as well. But when the Gimp makes his comments, mate, I think he forgets his managerial career was very, very short-lived, if I remember rightly. At a very, very low level. So, nobody can say anything about Steven Gerrard. He's came, mate, he stepped up to the plate, and these folk just can't handle it.
Can I ask Oxchair, you know the apparently they've been complaining, the Celtic management apparently, chief executive, is complaining about the fans singing nasty things to them. I don't know what BGK. Yeah, okay, I know it. I just don't know everything that this guy was talking, what he was meaning, why was he saying it? So I'm wondering if he's starting to lay the ground for no supporters at all in the grounds.
There might be, but when you get a problem in your business, when your fans have thrown coins, like they did at Barisic when they went to take the corner, the banners they put up, the racist abuse of Morelos coming off the park. So maybe he's just trying to deflect for his own team's shortcomings. Could I be right, Fox?
Agree 100%.
I mean, these people they'll sink to any lows. They really will. It's disgusting. Backed up with the pundits and the press and the BBC, but hey, you got to understand that about that mob. It was a paedophile institution that brought them into being. They turned into a paedo institution, and they're supported by a paedo institution, the BBC. So what do you expect? I mean, I don't expect much for it. That BBC are a shot. To think that BBC once during the Second World War and all that was a beacon of light for freedom and the right stuff, to turn into what they've turned into is an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Shocking. Never thought I'd say shut the BBC down, but that's what should happen.
Certainly the Scotland section of it, that is for sure. That is for sure.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Disgraceful. It's just horrible.
The thing of people all over Europe in the Second World War listened to the BBC for information, and if it was on the BBC, guaranteed it was true. No, the BBC. If it was on the BBC, you go, all right. If they tell you it's daylight, you go to your bed. You know what I mean? It's bedtime. Don't listen to them. Go and check it. They're disgraceful. They're disgraceful. Absolute disgraceful.
Well, I've had a running war with them for many, many years now, the BBC. And I just stopped writing to them, and I used to complain constantly with them. And all you get is the same answer, stock answer, you must be wrong because everybody else is right.
They've let the wrong people in, and they've listened to the wrong people for that many years now. They've turned into a joke. And absolutely, for an institution to what they were to what they are now is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable.
I'm waiting in
but
our
it's
club.
happened.
Right, Albert, I'm waiting in our club, telling them or finding out that they shouldn't be showing any highlights of our games in their Sunday night programme because they're just making a fool of us. They are just making a fool of us.
They're not making a fool of us, guys. They're making a fool of themselves.
No. They won't do that. Everybody else supports them. So the only people that find that offensive is us. So they really are. There's something no right with them. And for us to get what we need, they need to stop showing our games. And that way, our support will definitely not watch them because there's nothing to watch. And that's what I want. I want them to take us out of their business altogether. Don't report on us on the radio station at all because it's an embarrassment. And that means they've got nothing to talk about.
As Ox's pointed out on many occasions, mate, it's contractual. They can't do
I know
that,
pal. That's what I'm meaning.
I'm with you. I'd rather, if they're going to report like that, and the tabloids and they're not papers or comics, if they're going to report like that, I'd rather just any report at all. I don't read them anyway. I mean, I stay well clear of them. Well,
gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. To everybody that's listening, Happy New Year for everybody here at Rangers Radio, and it's over the bridge.
Can I just say, what a lovely night. Well done, Oxchair and Fox. Really, really poignant stuff, and really mean it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great discussions. Well done, everybody. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, you've heard us all talking tonight, everybody stick together. We've got to stick together because they're coming over the hills it is. Everybody stick together and keep it going for the Rangers because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Thanks very much. Can I thank everybody who joined us tonight? Thanks to Fox and Bridgeman for their touching words at the start of the show. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to everybody for listening. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back on Wednesday the 15th of January with a run-in for 55. Take it away, Technical Terry.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.